State, that is Hudu Yunusa Ari, a federal high court in Abuja has struck out the suits filed by Aisha Binani Tahiru against prosecution of Yunusa Ari by the Independent National Electoral Commission. INEC Justice Donatus Okorowo ruled that the court lacked jurisdiction to hear the matter brought by Binani to restrain INEC from prosecuting Yunusa Ari. Do you understand this?
It's an abuse of court process. I think the court should. Things like this need to be. The law needs to come down hard on things like this, because this woman is showing that she has more than a passing interest in this matter. I mean, there is an issue on ground, issue bordering on alleged illegality, which was broadcast, which everybody saw, and then you are now intervene as what? As a friend of the INEC, of the REC, or as what? I don't understand. The man was a referee. So in a match, if the football governing authorities say the referee didn't act appropriately, then one player will go to court to stop them. I wonder how that will sit. And I think some lawyers in Nigeria really play on the intelligence of their client, because why would a lawyer tell somebody that such a case can pass through judicial scrutiny? Was it? I mean, I don't even understand what they got up to achieve. It's an exercise in futility.
You know, from day one, this has not been a very clean, a very clean exercise. The Adamawa election, and after the role that the resident electoral commission played, this and that man happened to be a lawyer. Yunusa happened to be a lawyer and understand the law, but at the end of the day, he did what he did. But the national headquarters of INEC, they actually denied him. Disowned him. He was disowned.
Let's focus on what Binani is trying to do. Let's even leave INEC out.
No, I'm just giving a background to what happened and how they got here.
I will explain how we got there. Binani, the reason Binani went to court to stop them from arraigning him, prosecuting him, because Binani already listed him as her prime witness. You know, if you put someone on trial now, probably detained, you know that person will not be in position to go and testify in her favor. So her case is built around what this person intends to say and what the returning officer in one of those wards where she claimed that her votes were stolen. She had 3 witnesses. This man, her DG, and the returning officer of that ward, you know, close to Yola, where she claimed that her votes were stolen. So the returning officer will now say, oh, it was under duress that I was made to do this. You know the way they do this. Then Yunusa Ari, who already is in the eye of the storm, would say that everything that she did was right and that it was Binani that won. So Binani pinned her hopes entirely on Yunusa Ari. So she felt that, oh, if Yunusa Ari is taken away, charged and put on trial, he will not be able to come and defend her. That is her primary reason for doing this. Unfortunately for her, a man already suspended by the INEC. In what capacity will he come and defend you? So when we blame lawyers, these lawyers sometimes are out to scam or mislead their clients. The client too must also behave like someone who has common sense. Because how is he, in what capacity is no longer the REC? In what capacity is he coming to defend you? So this is her own game plan that she thinks that her game plan has been torn into shreds by the decision to put this man on trial. And the court wisely said, well, no court in the land has the power, no individual has the power to stop the prosecution of someone. You can't come up and go to a court and say, please, make sure that this person is not put on trial. No court has no individual has that kind of power. That is what the court said. Because what the power that you even want this court to exercise, the court was not going to exercise, and that's why the court said, oh, this is way above our brief. We cannot do this. You can't stop them from putting Eunice Ari on trial. Okay. You have not got that power. That is the message that the court sent across to her. And you know, she lost.
Yes, at the tribunal.
She lost to the governor in the tribunal. Yeah, in the tribunal. Their own case was decided late because of all the delays we had before that matter was finally resolved. Because other governors have had their own since last week. You know, last week, 2 weeks.
Since the other years.
So right now, they will be back at appeal court, and I'm sure Binani will still be confident that she's going to take this thing from the governor. She's always been confident, but with the man that she pinned her hopes on being put on trial, you can see that one leg out of the tripod of witnesses that she intends to bring, one leg is already crooked.
Now, in recruiting resident electoral commissioners, I think INEC should be more circumspect because
it's not INEC, it's the government, it's the president that
appointed that kind of individual that could act brazenly.
Well, you see, on the unfortunate thing is that sometimes public officials are caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, especially when they have to deal with politicians, because Nigerian politicians can go to any extent to compromise public officials, you know. And we've seen different cases. Some officials of INEC, don't forget, some officials of INEC have been jailed for alleged, on different allegations. So I think it's really unfortunate that Eunice Ari found himself in this kind of position. But it also says a lot about the rule of law in Nigeria. And I think that matter is not just about his being suspended. The state should pursue that matter to a logical conclusion so that it doesn't encourage others.
It's not even sober. I still believe
that is it.
Was right.
Otherwise, in future, somebody might just find a loophole and make a mess of the entire electoral system. So the state must pursue that matter to its logical conclusion.
All right.